When they are in the seat of power, they did nothing, they don't do anything. The moment they are out, they issue statements and become elder states.
Yes. They want a big leap.
Big leap.
Yesterday there were women falling at the feet of H.G. Ramarao, blessing them. All the women.
Some Swami, you fall at the feet of some Swami.
He was wearing this.
Why not, sir?
Orange robes.
That was our way. We were at the feet of our mothers, fathers, and Swamis, and sannyasis.
No, as you said, this falling at the feet, we are carried it to, far.
Criminal
Yes.
degree.
Yes.
No power outside of you. No power. There is no reason for you to touch the feet of anybody. God. Ready. It is on God. Yourself a God. Every madcap in a mental hospital thinks that he's a God or a Jesus. He said, probably. How can you deal with that man? And this fellow sits there, honestly, Brahma, honestly. He is a joker. He needs a treatment. Lithium he needs, or some medicine. You take it, and this fellow, you see, I am Brahma. I am Brahman. He sits there. And that joker there in the hospital. I never forget Valentine's joke, you see, in the hospital, mental hospital, two fellows, roommates. One fellow said, I am the son of God. Yes. And his friend tried, you see, to tell him that you are not the son of God. So they argued for some time. And how do you know that I am not the son of God? This fellow finally asked his roommate, I am the eternal Father, I should know.
That you know better.
Manic depressive, these are all in the poets, the religious teachers, the artists, musicians. You see, because it's this drive, the drive, you see, to express themselves, to share their petty little experiences, not worth a damn. And you all fall for that. Because problems are there. We don't want to deal with it at all.
Is it a way of escaping all the problems, sir? If you see, so immediate problems are there. There must be a way.
Sir, we are responsible, sir. You see, these people who elect, you see, there is no room for private charity.
Yes.
There is no room for voluntary action. Why? Because you see, you have delegated all your power to these politicians, entrusted the resources of this country to them, and asked them to do it. You say this is a democratic setup. You have a right, you see, to put the government out anytime. If you don't exercise your franchise, you are giving a negative vote to the wrong man there.
Yes.
Yes. All right. You see, if they don't deliver the goods, you have to make them do it. You see, instead, private charity destroys the very cause you are trying to. You see, this was invented by a religious man, so that he could flourish. You deny yourself and give me. I buy 91 Rolls Royce cars and sleep with every woman I can place my hand on, and talk of conflict, spiritual experience, and all that kind of thing. You have to wait there for the bus, you see, hang, you see, on the bus and go there. This denying yourself, it is churches, temples, all the religious institutions, and religious foundations, and now the gurus. You give money. You see. So they are not the ones who can solve it. The fate of the world is in the hands of the 35 leaders that are ruling, you see, this world. If they don't do their job, you see, we are all going to be blown up. See, The conditions are quite different from what they were, you see, in 1945 during the Second World War and the earlier one. We have tremendous instruments of destruction. We can't use the weapons. We can't stop making weapons. Well, what do we do in this situation? The solutions are, you see, in the political field, not in the religious field, not the religious man. These are the people who are guiding the destinies of the world. These others are not no good, you see, they did enough mischief.
Even the so-called enlightened people, sir, they are not in a position to find any sort of salvation for this.
No.
This situation.
They are exploiting the gullibility and credulity of the people. That's all. They are singularly incapable. Again, you see, materialize some ash and some trinkets and food the people, you see. How can... Are these people intelligent? Do you call Bhagavantam an intelligent man sitting there at the feet of Sai Baba and swallowing all that guff, you see, and settling for ashes, you see, and some trinkets made in Tamil Nadu? He thinks that materializes, you see. You know, the dog scholars, they call them.
That's why somebody asked him, why don't you materialize a pumpkin? Popular question. See, you are materializing watches, rings, then ash, things. I would like to have a pumpkin. Can you materialize?
Sai Baba stayed in that room, it seems, here, and he materialized a ring for this Chinnappa. But his wife got only ashes.
She is a Shiva devotee. Therefore, she got ashes.
Only ashes. And he is a devotee of gold or what?
Gold. His golden father.
His name.
His name is Chinnappa.
That's why
Bangarappa.
So therefore,
he doesn't need Bangaram.
Bangaram.
He himself a Bangarappa.
He himself.
What does he need this ring for?
You believe in the eternity, sir?
Rephrase the question in simple terms. What do you think, sir? That's more important than what I believe or what I asked you. What? Do you believe in eternity? Eternity of what?
So this lifetime has there's something in it, isn't it, sir?
Don't say something.
Yes.
The life has, even if we blow ourselves up,
Yes.
still there will be some form of life left behind. They say the cockroaches will survive a nuclear war. You see, then probably some other mutation will take place in them. I can't say what will happen after that. And then a new evolutionary process starts. So we don't know that. But you see, what exactly people mean when they talk of life? You see, life is something which cannot be captured. You see, you can say that you are a living man because you are responding to the stimuli. But what life is, you will never know. You have nobody has any way of knowing. Either the scientists or you see, the religious people forget all their speculations. We are not concerned about it. We have done enough mischief, you see. So, the scientists cannot tell you what life is. It is an inference. All that we talk about life is an inferential statement, or a scientist can only define life. And what good is that definition? Death is a definition of a condition of that body, because it is not responding to the stimuli. The problem is not what is the meaning of life, what is the purpose of life. The problem is living. It is the living that is causing the problem for us, you see. How to live. In other words, you and I, you see, how you and I can live in this world. What is the kind of relationship that you and I have? See, is it possible to have relationship between two individuals? So the meaning of life, the purpose of life is anybody's guess. You don't probably see any meaning in your life. And so you are looking for the meaning of life. You don't see any purpose. You are sick and tired, you see, of doing the same thing day after day, day after day, day after day. The same thing. So you are bored. Is that all? that is there. So then begins the mischief, you see, is that all, then there must be something more, something, then there is speculation, you see, and then anybody, you see, who thinks he has the answers, comes along and treats you on this kind of a form. See, the problem is not what is life. Nobody will ever know. Will ever know. You can only define what is life. But life is something like, you see, the live wire. You see, if you try to find out what the live wire is all about, you see, you will be burned. You see, life is something living, you see. So the one that is interested in finding out the answer for life, the thought, which is matter, thought is matter. See, so all our questions are materialistic. You may talk of eternity, you may talk of, you see, the eternal life, this, that and the other, spiritual goals. And but even those spiritual goals are materialistic in value. You see, the spiritual goals you are looking for, you think will satisfy your material needs and help you to achieve your material goals faster than, you see, otherwise. That's why you are interested in the spirituality, you are interested in the religion, you are interested in all these things. But actually, all spiritual goals are materialistic in value. The man who talks of spiritual values, the man who talks of spiritual goals, the man who tells you that he is a spiritual man, you see, you should not touch that fellow at all. You see, it's more materialistic. That is why everything, you see, associated with the so-called spiritual and religious institutions are interested only in amassing wealth. You see, there is no way that those people can prosper in this world. The struggle, you see, that they have to, you see, deal with is absent in the religious, you see, exploitation. It's easy living. You know? And so we are responsible for that. We make it easy for that fellow to amass wealth in an easy way and thrive on our gullibility and credulity.
I don't think it is so easy.
Church, you say, how many? You say 60% of the real estate in England belongs to the Anglican Church.
Right.
How much percent of, you
So
see?
you must be very bright and competitive to be the top bishop.
Religious man, you see, you don't need anything to fool, because we are already a bunch of foolish people to believe in anything. Huh? You are ready to believe that the Virgin Mary was not a bitch. Millions of years. The first bitch, Adi bitch, like Adi Shankara, the first bitch in this world. People talk, you see, how is that possible, sir?
Yes.
It is against nature, it is against all the scientific laws that we know of. I believe that she was a virgin. Wonderfully. If you believe, that's the end of the story.
So that way Karna was born out of the earlobe of Kunti.
Kunti slept with how many people you don't know. She was his sister.
Yes.
That is the age when one woman had 5 husbands.
Yes.
Draupadi.
Yes.
Huh?
So, Pativrata.
Pativrata. God. Huh? There is a limit to nonsense, you see, but this is something beyond. Even the limit has its own limitations. But here we don't see there any limits to our fantasy, our imagination, and belief. I'm sorry I have said off the tangent. Nothing eternal, nothing, sir. Yes. The life has no beginning, it has no end, it will go on and on and on and on. We are all expressions of that life. You are an expression of that life, I am an expression of that life. The plant out there is an expression of life. In that sense, there is an integral unity. If we break that into its constituent elements, and the leaf that's there, and the dog that is there, the bird that is there, everything is the same. 80% water on this planet, 80% water. If you study, you see the soil of this, everything here, it is exactly the same. Whatever is there in you. You know, it is in that sense, you see, there is an integral unity. And what religion has done is to separate yourself from that and create a separate identity of your own and believe that you have a right, you see, to enjoy everything that whoever created.
That unity cannot be experienced.
That cannot be experienced.
Sir, we are all born out of the elements. Or yes, sir, everything is elements. Then what? Then life is.
Why you are asking what life is? What do you want to know about life? It is functioning there. It is functional.
Yes.
You see, is electricity. What electricity is? That bulb. Huh?
Yes.
You see, then that bulb lives its own life. You see, some years, some hours, God knows what. And after that, what happens? See, the current is still there. You replace it with a new one. The nature is exactly the same way operating. You see, if this body goes through, finds itself in the condition of what we call death, the recycling process takes place. This body is recycled by nature. In that recycling process, the life is still continuing. It is not comfort to you. You want to continue in exactly the same way, that is just not possible. Try. It will be possible for you to live 100 years, 150 years, and 200 years very soon. The gerontologists will make it possible to keep this body going probably for 150 years or 200 years. It is within the easy reach of the gerontologists' research. But 200 years of misery you want? What good is there? 60 years, I don't know how old you are. Can you say that your life is not one of living misery, sitting misery, talking misery? That's all. The same thing will continue. The hope that something marvelous will happen is just a hope. So you live in hope and die in hope. And then you see, you think of next life. What next life? Nobody can answer these questions. Sir. What is life? And you have to find out the answer to it. Any answer I give cannot satisfy you. You can't talk of life.
But all human beings, they are made up of the same fundamental elements.
Yes.
And why we have different ideas?
It is the culture that is responsible.
Then, all right, religion leaders,
No,
they may be different.
religion is part of culture. So you have no independent exist. Just see, the body has to live. Why the body should live is a different matter. If you don't want to live, you see, you can have potassium cyanide and put an end to it. So that is not what. So you have to depend upon, you see, the nature for survival of this body. And for what you call the man also has to depend upon culture for his survival. I don't know if I make myself clear. Your very existence cannot be experienced without the help of that, what culture or society has given to us. See, you, what you call you, is created by culture, by society. That's all. It is solely and wholly we are created by that culture. For what purpose? For maintaining its continuity, its status quo. So every time you use that and experience the same thing, you are adding momentum to that. So without that you cannot survive. The end of that means, see, you are out of that stream of life, and the society is not going to tolerate that at all.
That means that he is also both living environment conditions he is living. His social environment and also his physical environment.
You see, it is one integral unit. You see, what has separated you and created the whole mess is the society, is the culture, telling you that you must become something other than what you are, spiritually or materially, it doesn't matter what way. So, and has provided you with a useless tool called the freedom of action. You see, you have actually no freedom of action at all. The more you want to be free and have freedom of action, the more suffering is there for you. That is the battle there. Huh? The society has given you this tool, and use this tool, and this tool will make you free, it says. So what kind of a freedom of action you have? You have a freedom of action in the sense to come here or not to come here, or you see if something happens en route, you may not come here, you see. So these little things, you have little freedom of action. Even there, how much of freedom of action you have, this is anybody's case. Do you really have freedom of action? No.
Have certain limitations.
Within a limited sphere you have. But basically, you have no way of acting without the use of the culture, society, or whatever you want to call it. It is that is creating the problem. All your actions are born out of that.
What do you mean by freedom of action? Freedom of action means
To
what?
act without using what the society has put in there.
What society has put it there.
So the constraints brought on by the
You are attracted to something.
Yes.
At the same time, something else says, watch your step. Watch your step is what the society has put in there. So it has created a conflict there.
So can we say that the morals and ethics that have been brought about in society
You don't need morals, you don't need Gita, you don't need these religious people, because the policeman is telling you what kind of actions are socially acceptable, what kinds of actions are not socially acceptable. It's a lot easier to deal with, you see, the policeman than the police. You see, you have handled so intelligently and disposed of, you see, the policeman inside of you. That policeman was put by the society, culture, religion, or whatever you want to call it. You have very successfully handled and bribed that fellow there inside. And it's a lot easier for you to deal with the policeman that your politician has put there for guiding our actions.
Sir, then we have a policeman called mind.
The mind is the policeman. Yes. The mind is the policeman.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But is there any person who is free?
Free in what sense?
Free from society.
No. Nobody is.
Can he be free of his own mind, sir?
Yes. Because the mind does not exist there. If that is understood, you see, the problem is solved.
Does not even what exists.
What exists then is the only thing that exists. The question you are asking is all that is there. Question has no meaning because the question is born out of the assumption that mind or whatever, psyche or soul or whatever
Something
you
should
want to
exist.
call should exist.
Sir, actually we are all born out of the non-existent.
To how to make this question disappear?
You want to know from me?
Yeah.
Huh? I don't know. By knowing, you are only making it impossible for that to go. Markera? Not that Markote, what was Makuta. No, Makuta. No,
I think probably he wants to just
he is determined to take me to Markera.
because sir, that is the highest point in the district, sir.
That is the highest point it may be.
Inhabit.
There in Markera.
But still its results are there. There is existence. For electricity, some scientist has defined electricity. And he created, he manufactured something. That manufactured thing is there. We can told no, electricity is not this, it is this. What they have told, that is wrong. And he manufactured some other thing. That exists. How can we deny the existence?
I am not denying the existence of electricity at all. Huh?
Then the knowledge is...
The knowledge is all that is there. Right? If you want to know for yourself and experience the fact that electricity exists, is a very dangerous thing to do. You touch the electric wire to test whether the electricity is there or not, and the result will be not a funny thing for you. You see? So in exactly the same way, if you want to test and find out for yourself and by yourself, you have to touch life. You see? Not just to swallow all the guff that is handed down to us for centuries by all these bogus bastards. You want to find out. What is this life? Is there anything as life? You see, you have to touch that life. So it will be something like touching the knife right there. See, then everything is finished for you. You will never ask anything anymore about what is life, what is the meaning of life, what is the purpose of life. It will finish all these questions, but you will never ask anything about what is life, but what is there will begin to express itself, the expression of life. If you want to know, if you find out the truth of that, touch the wire and you will see. As long as you repeat all this nonsense and turn on and see that is the electricity, the bulb is lighted there, the knot, all this logical nonsense. If you want to know for yourself the existence you are talking about of the electricity, you have to touch it. You may think that you are a foolish man to do that. That's the only way to do it. There is no other way. You can explain it in equations, in formulae, in this way, that way, and play with it, put on a gloves and then explain it to yourself and explain it to others when the electricity is still there. But if you are that foolish to find out for yourself and touch it, you will be surprised. Otherwise, you can talk about the meaning of life, the purpose of life, look for it. A 90-year-old man comes and asks, what is the meaning of life? In 90 years, you have not found out the meaning of life. When the hell you are going to find out the meaning of life? Who the hell is going to tell you the meaning of life? You have lived 90 years. Still you haven't found the meaning of life, the purpose of life? Obviously you don't find, you see, your life meaning. You're always looking for something more meaningful, more purposeful in life. You are bored, doing the same thing over and over and over. Certainly you will be bored because you are experiencing the same old nonsense all the time, repetitive. If that is all that is there, what will you do? That's all that is there, I say. If you want to run away from this and imagine that there is a meaning of life, some joker is going to tell you the meaning of life, something extraordinary. You are not doing anything about this. You are still bored with your daily life. I think grappling with the problems, you see, it's a fight. You don't want to fight. Good. Everybody wants the same thing, sir. It's not enough to go around. Yes. There is enough to go around. You see. But you don't want, you see. You let go what you have. The amount of energy you are putting into demand to understand all those things, find out the answers for your questions is released. What you call boredom will just disappear like that. Trivial actions, day-to-day actions, will cease to be bored. Because you are wasting all your energy pursuing some silly thing called God, you see, God knows what you want. The meaningful amount of energy is consumed by that. You have no idea. It's released. What is it that you can't do? The life can never be bored.
Actually, sir, we are being rational people. We also think.
Do you? Are you rational? Are you logical?
Yeah,
Do you think life is run on logic? If it is run on logic, do you think we would have created a world like this?
If there has been no rational thinking,
Then-
how do you think that we have come to this nuclear age?
Nuclear age is not a rational thing.
No, it is a...
Is it rational to blow up the whole world? You tell me, sir. Huh? For what for? What for you want to blow up the whole world? What is it that you are trying to protect there? You tell me.
Sir,
Your way of life and your way of thinking.
no, sir, for, these are the byproducts of advancement. So a weapon could be used for good as well as for bad.
You will always use it for bad, never for good. The only good is to have a fan here, to have a comfortable house here. Instead of a fan, instead of a panka, you will have an air-conditioned room, and you will travel from here to Bangalore. You see, why do there? You see, 20 minutes or 25 minutes. 25 why use you will use to kill all those helpless children in Punjab, women in Punjab, or you see, go to Ceylon and kill all those who can rescue. That's all that you do. More planes are used, more helicopters are used to destroy life and property. How can you say that this is a rational thing to do, a logical thing to do? You think it is? Tell me, sir. It is possible for me to go inside of 2 years, 3 years, from Bombay to London or London to New York in 1.5 hours.
Yes, sir.
How many planes we use for that quick, fast travel? And how many planes we are using to destroy life and property? Do you think it's a rational thing, it's a logical thing? And what is it that...
Sir, we all started with some good intention.
Good, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. What is a good man good for in this world?
Yes.
A bad man like me.
Yes. After all,
Is more useful
sir, the
than
world,
a good man.
the world is full of contrasts, sir.
Yes, we are all making philosophical statements. We don't have anything about the world. What do you know? I want, sir, most in life. And not, you are asking me all the questions. What do you want most in your life? Because what you want most in life is not different from 5 billion people that we have on this planet. It's exactly permanent happiness you want. Permanent without even one moment of unhappiness. Permanent pleasure you want without one moment of pain. You're wrong. I'm not saying anything intensely pleasure. It is just Joker comes along and tells you that I have this solution for you. Do this mantra, do this japa, stand on your head. From that tree you will be the eternal happiness, eternal bliss and all that kind of a guff and nonsense. He sells you and takes your money and then buys 91 Rolls Royce cars or builds ashrams and then enjoys life at your expense and call girls around him and calling it tantric sex. That's all. You see that here you are it's not possible. That's what everybody wants.
So that he knows that you can't get
And
all
yet,
that.
and no, and yet you are trying.
No, but
Try
at least
and try.
we have to be peace with all this.
How
Whatever
can
comes
you-
in the way.
that
So
is-
that is
that-
most important.
That is the war. That is the war there all the time. Through war you cannot have peace. That's what we are
What is
trying.
required is peace of mind, not happiness.
How can,
soul.
how
to
can you,
achieve that?
what is the peace of mind you are talking about?
I mean,
Mind is a battle.
No, we know that we cannot all the way, all the time get all the happiness. All the time we cannot be.
And yet you are trying why? You
No,
tell me.
not for that.
What are you
Whatever
trying for?
comes in the way, we should be having sort of compromise. All right, even if there's unhappiness, we should be able to tolerate.
You have
it.
not settled for that at all.
No, that is-
if
that
you
is-
have settled, the problem would be very simple. I will have moments of happiness, moments of unhappiness. I will have moments of pleasure, I will have moments of
So
pain.
that is what we want to
No,
know.
what you want is very simple. You want to have one without the other. That is the only, you see, it is that is causing the battle, that is responsible for the battle you are talking about there. You see, the battle is, you are this and you want to be that. You don't have peace of mind, you want peace of mind. Right? Huh? Wanting peace of mind is the one that is responsible for your misery because it doesn't exist at all. Peace of mind you are interested in does not exist. It is just some phony idea, a funny idea, a silly idea that somebody has sold you.
Wanting peace itself is a desire.
It is the war.
That itself is a desire.
Yes.
So, sir, we all born with certain needs.
By all means, it's very simple to satisfy it. What is wrong with it? Huh? You need money, and why you condemn money? Deny yourself. I have traveled everywhere in the world, sir,
Yes.
except China. Everywhere. East, west, communist countries, live with people, murderers, spiritual leaders, gurus, enlightened people. Everybody.
Including Rajneesh.
Rajneesh, religious people, I dropped them long time ago. Every other walk of life. There is not one person on this planet who does not know. Religious man more so. More so. How to exploit this fellow, how to thrive on the gullibility, how to sell him some phony shit, shoddy piece of spiritual bullshit. That's all. He is so used, he gotten away with that kind of a thing for centuries. You see. Now he doesn't want to go back, you see, and work like any other fellow there in the field. You know. It is too much. He would rather be a thief than work like for any other ordinary man. In many of these people, you put them there, you will be surprised. They don't call it stealing, but they indulge in another kind of a stealing. He's selling some shoddy piece of goods to you that does not work in my life. It's worse than stealing and robbing you. Such fellows should be hanged there. They cannot deliver the goods. You have a businessman there. You have a business deal. He does not deliver the goods. Will you have anything to do with that bastard? Never. Never will you have anything to do with that fellow. See, this holy business, he sells you shoddy piece of goods, tells you this will give you peace, this will give you permanent peace, he will do this, do that, he is selling all kinds of things. He cannot deliver the goods. And yet you believe that man. Why? Why you believe that man? You are not intelligent, you are not rational. You think you are intelligent and rational. Reflection of yourself, you don't want to accept it. You want to exonerate that fellow. He is walking misery there. He tells you practice celibacy. That bastard is, he never admits to himself that he is having wet dreams all the time. It is sinful, he tells you. You should never have it. You practice. Don't touch the fellow. If he says that, it is against the nature. That is not the way the body is functioning. I have controlled sex. You see, I have this. It is going up. It is not going up anywhere. It is going down through the urine, or he dreams of some girl, some movie star. He is not honest enough to admit that, you see, and he gives you an advice. Practice celibacy. You will be more. Do you mean to say that those people who have invented all these things, they are indulging in sex, they don't have the brains, they don't have the intelligence, these jokers have seen. Gandhi, that bastard, was selling all that kind of a thing, writing about his wet dreams in the newspaper. He made a big thing out of that. Celibacy. It doesn't matter. You see, whether you indulge in sex, what has sex to do with that? It's a biological function. You want to kid yourself just fine. You know? Celibacy is an atrocious thing against nature. Which bastard invented that? It's an abnormal situation. The nature is not interested in the cell, but shoot them all in one blow. You can indulge it, practice masturbation and dream of the girls and satisfy them. But it is against the law of nature.
But he has been a celibate most of his life.
Yeah, I am a sick man I was.
You were a sick man.
Yes, certainly.
No, he was not a celibate.
He has a wife, he has 4 children, but after that, at the age of 35, when he was still a very young man, he was no more interested.
This is an abnormal case. I am telling you.
You are pure brahmacharya.
Come on, don't talk about brahmacharya. You can exploit that. It's a different matter. Make money selling your brahmacharya. Or
There is a
sannyas.
living contradiction here.
Come on. Logic, rationality, people talk. The Swami sits there. Sex signals between that woman there. What is this? I want to know. Your Udupi Swami there sitting. At least he had the guts to walk out and become a clock in the bank. Such a man is an honest man. You know. God, you have rubber dolls now, and nuns can use vibrators. For servant of
Have you ever
God.
tried it?
I don't have to. I don't have to, mister. I think it's going in a strange way, this conversation. I wish good night, sir. Thank you. Oh, my. Denial, celibacy, poverty, choose poverty, and that bastard, the church becomes the richest institution, and all the temples become rich. And here you are, you call yourself an intelligent man. No, I'm not referring to you. No, you must be very intelligent to be an officer. So, I didn't quite get what is deputy commissioner? Commissioner of what? District commissioner. I'm sorry, I didn't call you an irrational man, man with no laws. Man in general. Life is not run on logics. No, not at all, not at all.
Stability is always is not difficult, but at least should we not have some control?
Control
Should we
what?
lose for every amusement, every this thing? Should we go on enjoying or
You don't ask, should we go on? See, why you are not enjoying?
no? But what?
Why?
There should be some
Just
restraint.
don't say there should be. Why you can't do what you want to do? Nobody is observing, no policeman
but-
is there.
but there is
There
something
is that thing,
conscious.
you say, what is it that prevents you from doing whatever you want?
Something pricking, not to do that.
That's the rotten part that the society has done to the human being.
It is not society.
That
It
is-
is within me something.
Within you is put in by the society. It tells you that, you see, watch your step, be careful. The consequences of your actions will be disastrous for you. Desire is bad. What rotten things they tell you, desire. How can desire be bad? Desire is life there. Are you not desiring?
No,
There must be something funny about, you see, don't desire. Desire God, don't desire your next door neighbor's beautiful girl. But you are all the time desiring this girl. You see, you would rather prefer the most beautiful girl next door than anything else. And you are saying, condemn, don't do it. The consequences, have you ever tried it? Probably you are afraid that she will slap you or do something. You haven't even tried it. Huh? If you are here sitting and discussing this, what would be the consequences of my actions?
Slapping is not the only thing.
Not
There will be
probably she said,
No.
come along buddy boy, we are going to have great fun.
There will
Probably
be
she would say. Probably she is miserable with her husband. Try it. You will be surprised.
No, there will be 10% like me who will like to try, and this will create social disorder.
What? Your wife will take you to the class. You have a pretty beautiful wife, so you are not interested in your neighbor's wife. Subramania, you want me to hand out home truths? Be good, be nice, be gentle, be compassionate, be loving. Oh my God. Enough of that now.
You are administering the shock treatment.
No, I'm not interested. Yeah, you are all shock proof. Don't believe that. nothing can shock you. You have such a thick skin there, nothing can shock you.
Yes, but after all, each society is within us. This morality, this moral dilemma, whatever you want to call it, is refraining us from doing, whatever. So, what can you do? Why should you try to follow, to make an effort to change yourself?
No, you are doing it all the time. Don't say why. You are a frightened chicken. You are not doing these things because you are a moral man, but because you are a frightened man. That's all. So you are not you don't become a moral. What time is it, sir? You are going back now.
No, they're staying.
Oh, they're staying. So
they came with the intention of spending some time. He wanted to come to meet you in Bangalore because you left from Bombay. He could not make it because he had to do something. Then they...
Obviously. Then what happened?
I let go.
You let go.
Let's finish.
Then probably you overcame the fear. You overcame the fear.
There is nothing left there to deal with.
So you were choked
To death.
to death.
That's all. That's not what you want.
All your desires.
It will choke you to death.
Yeah.
That's all, the physical death.
Yeah.
As long as you
See, once the physical death
you
is...
do pranayam, count number 5, 10, hold your breath. If you try to hold your breath longer, you will be choked to death.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. Otherwise, it gives you a feeling that you are expanding this one, doing that one. That's all. If you try to hold your breath longer, foolish enough to do that, you will be choked to death.
Okay, so all your passions and desire have been just choked. So since you already had this experience, that's fine with me. But I would like to fulfill my desires. What is your suggestion?
Go right ahead. Have a harem there.
Not just
Don't settle. Become a real estate man.
He is giving you
Suggestion.
dangerous advice.
Yes, I'm ready to take it.
He has the guts to suggest to your husband.
He's not her husband, don't say that.
He's not my husband.
No, sorry, it doesn't matter.
He can do what he wants.
She will approve of my suggestion.
I approve fully.
Fully.
You're very old friends.
No, actually,
That is
sir,
not
if you try to fulfill your desire...
Have you ever
your
tried,
needs-
sir? Have you ever tried it? Or you think that you will end up in a disastrous situation? You are only lost in this battle. But you have never, tried that. Try it, you will be surprised. You will be really surprised.
No, tell us. It's not...
What is the good of my telling? I am telling you.
that I will
Don't
be
fight,
surprised.
don't argue, don't battle there. You see, that's all that I am saying.
There is no freedom of choice.
That's exactly what I am saying. You suffer. Suffering is all that is there for you.
Not even so much.
Misery.
No.
Then what do you want to call that? Use some other word.
No, of course. certain desires can be fulfilled.
No certain, all desires are the same. The society says that desire is not socially acceptable, and this desire is socially acceptable. The society draws the line and says the desire for God is the most desirable desire.
No, sir.
The desire for your best friend's wife.
You'll give you some other consequence. The desires are all one the same, but the consequences are different, sir.
You are not dealing with the desire at all, sir. You are only dealing with what to do with the desire, which desire is good, which desire is not good. All that is...
Eugene,
yes, sir.
we are going in a merry-go-round here.
That's all that you can do. What is the problem?
Now, let's try to get
Try
to the
it.
point.
I don't
Now,
have to tell
there
you,
is
Mr.
no more-
Mr. Pavlo Maruse. You see, don't do it.
No. Let me try to. Now, there is no more. We were talking today with my friend Brahmacharya, something very interesting.
Yes.
Different kind of ananda.
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 Yes.
Please, I want to know
Yes.
it now. Then.
Don't ask me about. I have never known what a bliss
never,
is.
never.
I don't know anything about bliss.
The Brahmananda is not there. So the total immersion in God, beatitude, is not possible.
Who says it's not possible?
You say.
What I say is not important. Many jokers in the market say
You can
that I am in
experience
a
it, but
totally
you say
blissful
that it
state.
is a second-hand
I
experience.
am
Just
in a
as
tot-
materialistic.
listen, I am in a totally blissful state. He says that. He's selling that.
Yes, all right. And that is...
Go there and do it.
That's what you say, it's a thought-induced experience.
If you want that, sir,
No,
listen, don't go.
You can get it, I know. You
Get
can,
it there.
You can get it.
There is
You
a
can-
market there.
There is a market and you can...
Buy
is
it.
thought-induced. So it's a second-hand
Don't
experience.
say that it is thought induced. Don't quote me. If
No.
if that is what you are interested.
I have spent 10 years to do that.
Where
And
I-
I had all my little experiences in...
And yet you see you swallow all that guff. Anybody
For some
talking?
time I did.
Yeah, all right, go there and try some other market there.
Yes.
Some other
Then-
market is a huge market you have here in this country.
Then what are the other...
Huge market.
No, but then it's finished or... It's
It doesn't seem to be finished.
still going on.
It's still going on there.
No, there are some other kind of ananda.
They are all same. What Ananda?
What is the other one?
I don't know what in book tells I told you that.
Yes.
He's letting you down.
Brahmacharya.
What the Upanishad says.
Yes.
Different planes.
Yes.
Position.
Yes.
Position in
Different levels of
life.
consciousness. Yoga was
Importance, position, power, money.
Get them. You have seen the money now. The real estate man.
It went so fast.
Yes,
Just
it
I
comes and
didn't
goes. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
You know what money can
Better
give.
than what-
Listen, Pavlo, Pavlo, you know what money can give you. Bliss. Huh? You have known that what lack of money can give you.
also.
Yes.
All right, two sides we have seen.
Yes.
So what? Which do you prefer?
That's important. There's no choice.
It's a simple question. Which do you prefer?
That's not
No.
a
Money or no? Huh? Money, that's the mantra. Money.
Yes, I must say that.
Money making is
It
the
doesn't
only
give happiness.
purpose.
It's very easy, sir. Money making is very easy. But you have to dedicate yourself just the way you dedicate to achieve other goals.
You have to be ruthless.
It's inevitable because you see, you think I would like to get away with money with no. Just forget it. You have also learned. You know?
But also not only
Also learned.
money is not
See, in this,
enough.
come on, don't say money is not put there.
Not
In
enough,
this
I
process
say.
of making money,
Mhm.
that this is really a ruthless business. You have to
Absolutely.
step on the toes of everybody.
No, they
you have to climb the
stepped on my
shoulders.
toes so many times.
Do sure. If you try to step on their toes, they will also do it.
Actually, they stepped on my toes.
More
without
than
my
you
trying.
stepped on their toes, because you
Yeah.
see, you practiced all this religious nonsense. You had this guilt complex most of the time. Otherwise, you would have stepped on their all the 5 and 5, 10 toes.
No,
And not
no,
one.
sir, he has to think of right and wrong. Isn't it? He is also living in society.
It's
Yes.
no question of right and wrong.
He's
He's only doing wrong all the time. He's not doing the right. It's right and wrong, right and wrong, right and wrong. You discuss.
Not do the wrong.
Not always do the wrong.
No.
Money making is all right, but at what
Why
stage?
is that a question, Chandrasekhar? Why is that a question, money making?
Yeah, that's correct.
Why is it a question? Tell me. You're all making money.
Yeah, because this
All
thing is
of-
there.
Yes.
This religious thinking that money you should
Why,
not make.
why you are
should
so
give.
guilty? Why you are so guilty about making money?
I don't
Where,
know why.
where,
it is.
where
Yes.
from this guilt?
Who's guilty? I don't want. Yeah, right. Very right.
I'm not guilty, I just don't want to work.
That's
Simple.
all.
Yes,
And
we're
you-
lazy.
And you want the money to rain.
Sure.
Right.
Yes.
That's logical.
That's
See,
yes.
materialize.
Correct.
Where's the money tree?
You grow a money tree in your backyard.
There aren't any.
There aren't any. There is one money tree there in Bangalore.
Yeah.
Money plant.
Money plant. They
Only
call it.
three floors of the
The
house.
right idea at the right time.
But it doesn't yield the dollars.
No.
Dollar is sinking, sir. Dollar is worthless. Dollar is no good now. Not in Swiss franc. Dollar is no good. It's sinking. We will all sink with it anyway.
Thanks.
What we are doing now is a religious discussion.
What are the discussion? You are not discussing. You are not discussing the foreign policy of India or the foreign policy of Korea. Korea is linked to the foreign.
Korean.
Korea. Andriati. What did you tell him, Andriati? You spoke to him. Your partner
Yes,
is
we
talking.
chat about Padre Pio.
Oh, so, Mother
Eh?
oh my God.
Padre Pio. They were talking about Madre Teresa, this.
You are talking about Mother Teresa?
No,
That bitch only wants money now, nothing else.
After getting the Nobel Prize.
Yeah.
she
getting
said,
an override.
Andreotti said on the contrary that she never takes money from the government. That the government has offered her money. She doesn't want to take money from governments. She only takes money from privates when they want to give. Otherwise, she takes it as a sign of God that the hospital or whatever institution is not to arise or be born. So she only takes the money when it is offered and only from private people.
Because they get tax benefits.
Whatever the reason can be.
That is
who
the only
cares?
reason.
That's why they are pouring money into her lap,
Yeah.
and
No,
all the
she need
at
not
least
take
she's
it.
doing something for some people,
Yeah.
Anyway, you see, they are stealing all the checks that are sent to her, and all the checks are ending up in Hong Kong Bank. That's good.
All right.
What does it matter?
Something leftovers.
Leftovers.
Yes. After being stolen.
Hundreds and thousands of days. Don't paint it black,
You have to paint it white.
you.
Pink we settle for, not red.
Guy, okay.
He was once your prime minister, wasn't he?
He has been several times.
Now he's the foreign minister. You will be surprised. You see, there is an annual sanctuary there in Switzerland, not far from where we live. On the 31st of August, you see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of deer come from all over. You see how they know that? You see, from the first, you see the people are allowed to hunt. 31st of August, every year, they all come down, you see, and go to the animal sanctuary.
so that there are no deer to be hunted.
I know they are to be hunted. They are clairvoyant 31st of August.
How do they know?
I don't know. It's a thing which happens every year in Switzerland where I live every summer. Go to Switzerland every summer. Deer and all. Why you are not in your head? Reason. In California you have deer come all this.
Somebody must be driving them.
Nah. They come down from all mountains there.
And then no hunting takes place.
The
Because,
hunting
they
you
can't.
can take.
because they move.
No, they move out.
sanctuary.
Move out.
Anything,
Anything
yeah, that
available.
is,
Anything available.
yes.
Anything.
not all of them can make it. Some
Drop
don't,
out will be
some don't make it.
Or they have to commit suicide,
slow fellow will be killed.
That is there, you see. Death wish in the animals also.
Animals also there.
It exists.
Yes, yes. They also go.
Yes, you get this there. Back tomorrow. Back to.
Yes. Yeah.